News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A sex sting suspect draws a 12-year suspended sentence. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. Congratulations, you made it. It's Friday, August 22nd, 2014, and it is raining big time right now. We've got a thunderstorm going on in western Montana. Your lights may have flickered a little bit. We've had some thunder and lightning. I know ours flickered just a little bit earlier this morning, about 10-15 minutes ago. Right now we have rain and 58 degrees in Missoula and a flood watch that starts at 11 o'clock this morning and continues all the way through till tomorrow morning. We are expecting heavy rain in the area. We'll be checking with the National Weather Service a little bit later on in our newscast. This news sponsored by Temp-Rite Service for all of your plumbing and air conditioning and heating needs. Call Team Blues 728-1111. The Missoulian newspaper is reporting this morning that one of the individuals captured in a multi-agency sex sting operation received a 12-year suspended sentence yesterday from District Judge John Larson. Deputy Missoula County Attorney Jason Marks described the operation that occurred last December.
They posted ads on Craigslist purporting to be offering to make a 12-year-old available for sexual encounters, and then arrested the individuals that responded and came to the house in response to that ad.
Mark says a variety of individuals were caught in that sting operation.
6 out of the 7 individuals that were arrested were men. There was one couple that came. They were a wide range of ages, from a young man to a much older gentleman, and I don't believe any of them had any sort of significant criminal history.
22-year-old Matthew Keith will not go to prison, but was given a 12-year suspended sentence yesterday. No reason was given for the suspended sentence. Amanda Curtis has selected as her Senate campaign manager a lobbyist and community organizer for an environmental group and an organization that advocates for rural voters. Clayton Elliott is the first campaign staffer hired since Curtis became a candidate in the race against Congressman Steve Daines and Libertarian Roger Roots. Elliott is registered as a lobbyist for the Northern Plains Resource Council and the Montana League of Rural Voters. The website of the Billings-based Resource Council, a group of landowners and environmentalists, lists Elliott as its lead lobbyist and community organizer. The Rural Voters Group, which fights against agriculture monopolies and advocates for renewable energy, lists Elliott as its outreach director. Montana Democratic Party spokesman Brian Watt says Elliott has never managed a statewide campaign before, but he has considerable experience in grassroots organizing. Montana Children's Trust Funds is promoting the Not Even for a Minute campaign that reminds parents and caregivers to never leave children unattended in or around vehicles. Grant manager Jamie Peterson says if a child is left in a hot car even for a short time, they're in danger of heat stroke, dehydration, overheating, hypothermia, injury, abduction, and even death.
According to kidsincars.org, 38 children die in hot cars every year. So, it's definitely something that we all need to think about as we, say, oh, well, it's a cooler day and I'm just going to run in for a gallon of milk, and then, next thing you know, you're stuck in line for 10 minutes. In the long run, it's just better to be safe than to be sorry because it's preventable.
Peterson says Montana's had a few deaths in the past 10 years due to children being left in cars. She adds, one child, though, is already one too many.
You're encouraged to call 911. It's just better to be safe than sorry. We never know. Somebody could jump in that car with that child and drive off. So it's always just better to be safe than sorry, and encouraged nationally to call 911.
Nationally, 44 children have died in 2013 from being left in a hot car, 23 reported so far this year. A study released yesterday by the Bureau of Business and Economic Research shows the economic impact that Montana's craft breweries are bringing to the state. Economist Colin Sorensen crunched the numbers for the study and explains the outcome.
We found that in 2013, there were 486 direct jobs at breweries in Montana. The impact of the brewing sector, including jobs in brewing as well as other sectors within the state, would be over $18 million.
The Bureau did a study on the same topic 4 years ago, but there's been a big spike in craft beer output since 2010.
As a matter of fact, craft beer production increased by 49% from 2010 to 2013 over that 4-year period. and there were other measures that were up quite a bit as well. Very impressively was jobs were up 110%. They more than doubled from 231 to 486 jobs in the brewing sector in the state. Montana
may be on the cusp of something really big. The Brewers Association shows beer production in the U.S. fell last year, but craft beer production was up 18%. A 22-year-old Bozeman man has admitted violating his probation by cutting the shackles off a rape suspect who escaped police custody. Cedric Allen Standish Cotting pleaded guilty Wednesday to felony obstruction of justice and violating his probation in a burglary and theft case. Court documents say it took Standish Cotting about 15 minutes to remove the leg shackles and handcuffs from 28-year-old Kevin Briggs after Briggs escaped from an unlocked interview at the Law and Justice Center early February 1st. Standish Cotting also gave Briggs some money and a coat. Prosecutors say Briggs got a ride to Missoula, bought a bus ticket, and traveled west. He was arrested 3 weeks later in Portland, Oregon. If you remember, it was because Briggs was in Missoula that much of downtown Missoula and many schools were locked down. 2 people were arrested after someone reported seeing a pipe bomb in the garage of a Missoula residence. Of course, we reported on this the last 2 days. Missoula Police Detective Scott Pastian said the Missoula Bomb Squad evacuated several nearby homes and deactivated the bomb on Tuesday. No other bombs were found on the property. 27-year-old Andrew Charles Ivey faces charges of burglary and possession of explosives. 40-year-old Shelley Marie Turbot was taken into custody on suspected probation violation. Well, the University of Montana has already opened their residence halls, not dorms, mind you, to incoming students. Associate Director for Residence Life, Melissa Neidig, said international students arrived last week, and now incoming freshmen are being housed in the residence halls.
We have 9 different residence halls on campus, and the capacity for those is about 2,200. So that's the capacity that we have. We're expecting about 2,400 people to check in how many applications we have in for people to show up.
Neidig laid out the cost of on-campus room and board.
If you wanted to live in a traditional double room on campus, like for example, Aber Hall, it would be $1,747. For the all-campus meal plan, that's $2,255, and those are prices by the semester.
Neidig says that cost includes all utilities, including wireless internet and free laundry service. News Talk time is 6:10.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures the next few days will be well below normal as we stay in the mid to upper 60s and low 70s. Rain likely for us as we move into the weekend. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.